Hey, I'm back with another video. So earlier today on my other channel, I made an announcement saying that I was going to do an intuitive reading for this subscriber number 9 who did unsubscribe. Now, mind you, there is no animosity with this unsubscriber, but when you have just a small number and you're starting your new channel, you're going to be paying attention to the numbers. And so I noticed I had nine subscribers and then I had 8. So I kept thinking, okay, what's going on? Now, I know a lot of my subscribers, some that I see and I'm not able to see, are from people from my past. That would be employers, so-called friends, ex-coworkers, so on and so forth. So I wanted to know what exactly was the reason why, because it's important that I understand, like, what is it that maybe they need to see, what do they need to hear, what are they looking for for me as a content creator. So I want to make sure that I'm putting out the right content. Apparently, this person unsubscribed mainly because they felt like they needed to move on. They were feeling a little bit competitive, and they feel as though it's time to move on, and they don't want to hear from me or see anything from me anymore. And so I'm getting into the reading right now. This is the reason why. It looks as though I'm hated, basically, by this particular subscriber, and I know that I have a lot of haters on my channel, and I can expect that. And I would say that just about any content creator can expect that, or anybody in the public eye, or anyone in general, period. I mean, you're going to deal with people who basically just want to look at you and study you so they can either pick you apart or they can praise you. You're going to have your fans, you're going to have the people who don't like you. So this particular person, and I believe this person is most likely associated with my family or part of my family. I didn't really tap into exactly who this person was, mainly because I'm not going to do any name mentioning. I'm not throwing out any names on this particular channel. If you want to hear any, bad talking or whatever, as I went through all my other videos on my other channel, it's like 1,300 videos of me bad talking people, but it was completely justified. You can check out my other channel, but this particular channel, I'm doing the best I can to keep things on a friendly level. And first of all, I'd like to say for the people who did cause me problems and the people who do not like me, you know what, that's life. And that's not going to affect me one bit, okay? But I do think that it is time to move on, and it's time to focus on other issues. So the biggest reason why is because there was a lot of gossip that was created, and this person perpetuated the gossip. They may not have been the originator of it, but they are definitely somebody who helped fuel the fire. So their main issue is that they feel as though it's just time to move on. Also, they were upset because of the sexual harassment issue. They obviously participated in it, and it looks as though they had. I did have a business model. I would say sometime around 2013 through. No, I wouldn't say 2013. I would say it's more like 2014 through 2017. I wanted to do a particular project that I thought would be good for employers, but and I did discuss it with my ex-husband, and I do believe that my house was under surveillance at that time. Okay, so I'm getting a feeling that this is a person who is kind of related to me directly. Anyway, so let's see here. The main foundation of this issue is going to be the guilt. They kind of feel like they're a little bit guilty about the criticisms that they threw out, but they also feel guilty, but they don't really want to feel like they're cheering me on either. I think I'm a little too much for them. I'm too much for them, mainly because of what I represent to them in their eyes. They feel as though they resent the fact that I have some sort of divine protection, and they feel as though it's like, well, they're kind of throwing their hands up in the air and they're disappointed. What they wanted for me to do is they wanted me to fail. They were guilty of wishing me harm, and they feel like they were supportive of my ex-husband wanting to get revenge on me. Let's see here. The overall issue is that they were also a part of the group of people who were supporting the witchcraft spells. That were being directed towards me. I don't know exactly if these people. I think these people probably worked in groups. or if they did actually have full-blown witchcraft spells directed towards me, or they could have just been hating on somebody. Hate is a very strong emotion. So when you feel that towards somebody intensely, and you go to bed, you think about that person, you're driving, you're eating, everything you do, this person's feeling your thoughts 24 hours a day. The intensity of that energy is going to build up, and because they're focused on you, those negative energies are going to be focused on you. So that's one of the reasons why I highly suggest people, take spiritual baths, and then also keep their homes pure, meaning like they do a spiritual cleansing. So this particular subscriber, number 9, was, how can I say it? They were a hater, definitely a hater. So I do get that. Let's see, just recently happened. It looks as though they were feeling that I had a way with words, and that they were acknowledging my writing skills, and they kind of want to be my friend, but at the same time, what's putting them against me is the fact that I know too much. I know too much. I'm getting this feeling that it has a lot to do with what my ex did. I think it's my ex-husband is mainly what it was. And then also this particular person feels a lot of envy towards me. So they have this mixed feeling. It's like they know that I'm a decent person, you know what I mean? But they also feel like they've already chosen sides, and they also resent my independence. They don't like that at all. Let's see here, what else? They also feel as though they're upset because my philosophy in life does not threaten any of the authority figures, meaning like I'm not somebody who is ruffling feathers in my community. I'm not sitting here speaking out against anything. I think what they wanted me to do is they wanted me to be more, what's the word for it? They wanted me to be aggressive. They wanted me to be somebody who was going to kind of fight back like they fought back. They wanted me to do, resort to the same kind of shenanigans as they do. Mind you, I wouldn't have had the social structure to do that, because at one time, everybody was supporting these corrupt people. But anyway, and they are also upset, mainly. Another issue, as I'm bringing up, is that there is a male relative of mine that is dead, and that this particular person who is dead should not be mourned, mainly because this is their own karma. Also, there was a death by suicide in my family. Apparently there was a male relative that needed a loan, so I think they just ended up committing suicide. It just got to be too much for them. And let me see here. What was stuck? Oh, what they wanted from me in this whole issue, this particular subscriber, number 9, they wanted me to be stuck. They didn't want me to be able to figure out anything. They didn't want me to be able to take care of myself, meaning what I mean by that is like they didn't want me to try to like strategize another plan. Like when I lost my job just recently, I decided to take a writing course, right? Because I wanted to know, okay, well, how do you do, landing pages? How do you do, internet emails, and how to do all that sort of stuff, because I figured I could do that because I'm pretty good with words, and if somebody tells me something, I could just come up with an idea for it like immediately. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Well, they resented that. They didn't want me to ever think about different avenues of how I could take care of myself. They also resented the fact that they consider me to be a beautiful person. Now, mind you, I think I'm okay. I've seen much more beautiful women than me, physically attractive women, like the girl that I used to work with over at Flourishing Fart, for the people who break it through. I call it Flourishing Fart, but you can pretty much figure out what I'm talking about. I thought that she was a beautiful girl, and no, I didn't feel intimidated by her. I also had a very beautiful boss, my last job. She was extremely beautiful. I don't feel intimidated by beautiful women. In fact, I prefer to be around beautiful women. You know why? Because they're, hopefully, now some of them can get catty, but I'm hoping that I can deal with women and be friends with women, and I don't have to deal with people feeling inadequate around me, and we can just have an equal, exchange of conversation. You know what I mean? That's one thing that we probably value. We probably see that's important, to take care of ourselves. That's one thing that could possibly bond me with other women. Not to say that I wouldn't be friends with a homely person, but I always encourage women to live their very best, to take care of themselves. They don't have to wear makeup. They don't have to wear the designer clothes, but I do think that it's important for women to feel good about themselves. Anyway, they resented my wants and needs at that time. There was a time where I really wanted to get back into management. Okay, I'm not so much into the manage it thing anymore, but they really resented that. And they also resent the fact that there were people, I believe, like during this entire time where we were having problems within the community, there were people who wanted to stand up for me. There were people who wanted to be my friend, but I guess they also felt like there was a special obligation to kind of stay on their side. But the people who were involved on the bad side, mind you, they resented the fact that anybody would speak up for me. They really, really resented that. So anyway, let me see what else I have here. But no, I'm not really interested in management positions anymore. Let's see here. The hopes and dreams of this particular number 9 against me, they wanted me to not shine. What I mean by that, they didn't want me to have any favor with anybody. They didn't want me to have friends. They didn't want me to have a good reputation. They didn't want me to have a future. They didn't want anything for me. Okay, so they resented the fact that people liked me. They really didn't like that. Let's see, the ultimate outcome of this particular person, what's going on with them, they feel that they hate me and they resent my creativity. And let's see, they pretend, and apparently there's a lot of people who pretend to be happy about my success because what else can they do, right? But they pretend. So I think there's going to be a lot of people who are left over in this issue, this competition that was one-sided, and God knows I didn't ask for it. But there's going to be a lot of people who don't really have any other choice but to act like they're happy. It's like, you know, that like when you see things like Miss America or Miss Universe, and this one girl, she really feels like she's going to win, and then she's like almost the runner up or whatever. She feels like she's going to win, but she has to hug the Miss America or the Miss Universe because it's customary, it's whatever. It's like you have to smile, but you really don't feel that way. You know what I mean? And I understand. I believe that this particular unsubscriber wanted to leave because it just got to be too much and they don't want to see me happy. So you know what? This is the end of my reading on this. But here I do have a message for, and this person kind of resents the fact that they said that I was adopted. So I really do get the feeling that this was a family member. Let's see here. My overall message to them is they should trust that the universe does have a plan for them. And I'm not saying this in a negative way. I'm just saying is, you know, it's better that you do move on, and let's just release the past. You know, I want to move on as well from this issue. I'm encouraging you to move on from this issue as well. I understand that there might be envy within you, but I think the best thing you can do is you need to find what it is that you're passionate about, whatever it is. And I understand that you do have some passions. You just may not have tapped into them yet. There are certain things you might do on a regular basis that you're taking for granted and you're not seeing, you know. But whatever the case is, I do wish you well. What I mean by that is I think if people are doing well in their lives and they're thriving to the best of their ability, like I said this before, and I'll say it again, when you're a happy or content person, you don't have to harm other people. So I'm going to wrap this up. I do wish you well. I do wish you peace. And I'm going to wrap this one up. Now, if anyone else wants to have a more personalized reading, you can read the details in my description box, or you can check out my about page. You can send me an email. We could figure out a time when you want to get up and have your reading. You know, my readings are usually different than this one. This is just like a kind of getting a starter and a feel for everything. But you can reach me through email to let me know when you want to go ahead and meet up. And I do get paid through Cash App. So you can go ahead, and if you like this video, you may not like this video because it's mainly for subscriber number 9, but you may not like this video just for that reason. But I will be doing more intuitive readings for the group in general. I know that's something that a lot of people do like. And then I can also do personalized readings. You can come with me. You can come with me to questions. You can ask questions, or I can just go ahead and do a generalized reading and we can kind of pick up from there. If you like this video, go ahead and put a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for more content. I thank you for this. Thank you. Bye-bye.